From the deepest reaches of the interwebs are two guys here to reveal the secret sauce in helping you develop multiple streams of internet cash flow. Share the knowledge without all the hype. It's the Internet Income Show.
Oh, I like that.
Now get ready for two regular dudes helping you become a smarter entrepreneur, get more out of life, and set you on the right path to becoming happily unemployable. Your host, Dr. Mike and Eric Louviere.
This is Dr. Mike Wiming, also joined with my good friend Eric Louviere, and welcome to another edition of the Internet Income Show. Hey Eric, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Awesome. So last time we did a podcast, we were talking about the importance of networking, and we've also talked about masterminding. And we wanted to continue the topic about creating simple methods to generate income. And I know a lot of our listeners here are interested in developing an internet business, but may not know what's the best ways to go about doing it. And the way that I got started with internet marketing, and it wasn't very successful, but that was through what is known as affiliate marketing. And if you're familiar with the concept of affiliate marketing, basically it's pretty easy to understand. It's where you can actually generate revenue by selling other people's products for a percentage. And this percentage could vary anywhere from, probably as low as 1% to as high as 75% or even 80% or even higher on these products. And the great thing about affiliate marketing, well, there's a lot of benefits from it. One is you're not the one who actually, is the actual business actually selling products, so you don't have to worry about things such as customer support and handling refunds. That business handles all that for you. And it's essentially as easy as just recommending a specific product for someone else. And generally, the affiliate, when you join up as an affiliate, generally it's free. They give you, if you do this online, if you got a blog or a website, they give you a link that if somebody clicks on that link and purchases it through something that you recommend, you get a percentage of it. So that's just kind of the basics of affiliate marketing, and we'll go into it. And tell me, Eric, your experiences in affiliate marketing and maybe how you've gotten started with affiliate marketing, because I know you've been pretty successful at it.
That's really where it all started for me, was just promoting, ClickBank offers. So I found I would find a niche product on ClickBank that I thought, back then I thought everyone and their grandmother would buy. This is the greatest thing in the world. What a great idea. Let me go promote it through my affiliate link. And that's how I learned this internet marketing business, was basically driving traffic to other people's offers and making a commission. And then I started, kind of growing from there, where I would then drive traffic to my own squeeze page and then, build a list and then pass those subscribers on to the affiliate offers. And then I had a simple thought back then, or I guess I learned it from someone probably, which was, people don't buy the first time they see something. So you got to keep hitting them again and again and again, which is the same in sales. You got to close people more than once in order to have a high closing ratio. So what I would do is, let's say people were interested in losing weight. Well, then I would drive traffic to my own squeeze page, which was just a simple web page that's asked for their name and email address in exchange for something free, like a free report. And then, so they would land on my squeeze page and it would say, would you like to lose 20 pounds or more? Well, I've discovered the, 7 biggest tips for losing weight, quickly and safely and easily, and download this free report right now by entering your name and email address. And then they would enter their name and email address to get the free report, which usually was like 5 pages long that took me no time to create. And then I would, after they entered their name and email, then I had them, they're in my net. I captured them into my squeeze page autoresponder service, like aweber.com, which is autoresponder service. And then I just passed them on to a sales letter that was also for some product on losing weight. I wasn't very technical, so I didn't really, know what I was doing back then. I was just trying to figure it out using the autoresponder. And then the emails, they'd start getting emails from me because they're on my list, and my emails would all be telling them to go buy that product. And I would basically just take their sales letter, the affiliate sales letter, and I would just glance at it and pick one benefit or one bullet point or one subheadline. And then like the subheadline would say something like, increase your water intake and drink, 1.5 liters more per day than you're used to. And I'm like, oh, okay, well I'll take that and I'll send that out to the list as a tip. So I'd send the email out saying you need to increase your water intake, drink at least 1.5 liters per day extra. And if you want more tips if you want all the strategies, then go to this program. I highly recommend it. You need to buy it now before they take it down. And I'd send people to that affiliate link back to that product again and again and again. And so they would either practically unsubscribe or they'd buy the product. It was like one or the other back then. And I started making money, profits. And I think that's where everything changed for me, because I was able to see some results. And I think for me, at least, the squeeze page was the game changer. Before, when I would drive traffic to the just straight direct linking to the affiliate offer, it was like rolling the dice. Sometimes I'd turn a profit and sometimes I wouldn't. It was very difficult for me to, make any money, especially using paid traffic. And when I started driving traffic to a squeeze page, well, that changed everything for me, because then I was able to turn a profit very easily through my emails. And that pretty much got me to where I was on par to quit my day job, which was a pretty good day job at that time. It was around 6 figures. So just that technique alone put me right at around what I was making at my day job. And then from there, it was I just needed something to fall back on for the confidence to quit the day job, and that's when I did some copywriting. And then me and you partnered up on a membership program. But before me and you partnered up, it was pretty much that technique I just explained and nothing else. So it's amazing, if you just stick to one simple technique, even an affiliate marketing technique, that you can make 6 figures.
I really thank you for sharing that, and hopefully you guys got the power of what Eric just described, because he learned early on the importance of a squeeze page. We talked about a few things that maybe some of the newer listeners might, maybe new to internet marketing, might not be aware of. ClickBank is kind of the biggest sites that sells digital products related to information. So these are things like ebooks. I think they have audio recordings, but generally it's mostly information products. And what Eric was mentioning was that, instead of just driving them to a website, which most people go to website, they're not going to buy on their first blush, right? I've heard statistics that it can take up to 7 to 9 times for somebody to actually purchase it from you. And so by sending them to a squeeze page, which is also known as an opt-in page, you're basically capturing your name and email address. And then, as you mentioned, so for each email you sent out, you were describing one benefit of that particular product. Is that how you set it up?
Right. A lot of times I was promoting something I really didn't know anything about. So in order to get, I was promoting something like weight loss, like what the heck is that? I've never heard of that before. Probably should read a book or two. So what I would do is the only thing in front of my face was the sales letter selling that ClickBank that product, that I was an affiliate for, like someone,
right,
had a weight loss product, burn the fat, weight loss product. So I would read through the sales letter, and a lot of times you could get some good information from the sales letter. So I found, I'd find little tips or little benefits or little catchphrases, subheadlines or whatnot on the sales letter, and I would just swipe it and use it in my email. And like the sales letter provided me with all the information I needed to sell the product. And I just chopped it up in, bite-sized pieces and would email out one particular. And I think it worked really well that way, because instead of them getting, a big bird's eye view of what the product is, I chopped it down in little bite-sized pieces that said, by the way, did you know you would also get this bonus product that's going to teach you how to do this? And I don't think, there's a saying that like people only retain 10% of the information they learn or something like that, or that they're taught or that they read. Well, if that's the case, then I'm extracting off of the sales letter little bits and pieces that are valuable, and then sending it to them one or two at a time through emails, and then that makes the product look 10 times better, because by the 7th email, they've gotten between 7 and 14 benefit points that they may have missed half of those or more than half of those if they glanced at the sales letter before. And I think that 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of those could actually, like, make them want to buy the product, because it completes the or enters the conversation they're already having in their own mind. You send someone an email that says, getting started is the hardest part, and a lot of people think they have to go hit the gym and work out for 4 hours. You don't. It could be as simple as just walking down the street and back. Start small. And then people read that and they're like, I never thought of that. Maybe I should buy this product, So those kinds of things, I think, were game changers for me, because it opened up a higher conversion ratio. So before, I was lucky to get 2% of the people I sent to that sales letter to buy, where now that I had my own list and I continued to promote to them again and again and extracted all the benefit points, my conversions shot through the roof, and then I was able to turn a profit quite easily on a daily basis. I think the biggest challenge I had back then that slowed the whole thing down is I had to wait for ClickBank to send me a check so I could reinvest back in my business and try not to spend all the money before I got it.
That's funny on there. What do you do when you're looking for a niche that you want to sell? Is it you just said that you don't really know much about that market. What were kind of the factors that you kind of considered before deciding to promote an affiliate product?
Good question. Well, for me at the beginning was I went to Barnes & Noble bookstore, and I was looking. It was weird. I was looking for books, and one of my best friends called me, and he had finished law school, and he had just started some law firm. He called me while I was at Barnes & Noble. He was calling me back. I'd called him earlier that day. And so I was at Barnes & Noble, like on my lunch break, and he called me. I'll never forget. And I'm like, what are you doing? What kind of law are you practicing? And he's like, well, right now I'm kind of like the gopher. I'm like the frontline person that just answers the phones for anyone that calls, because the law firm did lots of different things. And they advertised for different specialties. So I'm like, what are the common things that you're dealing with? He's like, well, weird things like child custody, divorce, and then he said landlord problems, like people that have problems getting their security deposit back, and then also landlords who are having problems getting people out of their houses, or their apartments, condos, evictions. And I was in Barnes & Noble. I was like, great idea. So when we hung up, I went and asked the lady that worked there, do you have any books on, getting your security deposit back, from your landlord and all that? And she took me to a book that was a NOLO book in the legal niche, and there was just a bunch of niches just staring at me in the face: divorce and child custody and tenant rights and you name it. So I grabbed the book and I took it home and read through it and took notes, and that was my first product of my own. But that was how I would, from that point, that's how I would pick my niche markets, is I would just go to Barnes & Noble and look for books. Figured if they were in there, then that would work. Now, as I started learning more, I started realizing that magazines were a great place to find niches, where if you grab the magazine, like on hunting, for example, you could look in the magazine and see the advertisements that are inside the magazines, and those were really good ideas for niches. And then the dummies books were good. I think I saw that at your seminar back in the day. Someone was speaking and said, or maybe you are the one that taught me, I can't remember, it was so long ago, that you could use the dummies books, dummies.com, and those are great ideas. So I think where I got my ideas from just modeling, what was already there. So I just thought, if someone wrote a book, and it's distributed in Barnes & Noble, then it must be appealing to millions of people, so I'll just model what they're doing. And that's all I did. And I didn't have any magic recipe other than just looking at, the human population. And I guess you would say what problems people have, what were the problems they had, and how can I help solve it? And I guess the trick was I figured out that any problem someone has, there's usually a solution. And if you research the solution well enough, you could solve it yourself, which most people don't do. Is they don't research any problem. They just want to, you know, buy it and get a pill and have a magic solution on a silver platter. So for me, I wanted to turn the tables and be the one that provided all those solutions. So I can't say I had any magic formula other than just looking for problems that people had and trying to solve them.
One thing that I can share was when I first got started with affiliate marketing back in the 1800s, well, it seemed like that. And this is when I was I was actually not really focusing on information products, but I was actually focusing on like physical products. And I think Amazon was just starting with their affiliate program, and then I got started with Commission Junction, which Commission Junction is also known as CJ, CJ.com. They're basically an affiliate aggregator, or they have relationships with like Fortune 500 companies, such as like a Target, or like a Shoes.com, or a you know a you know Visa. They have some big relationships on there, and I was looking for um, a physical product to promote, which is actually, I think, can be both. There are both pros and cons of being an affiliate for a physical product. Um, and I saw something in the news. This is the time my son was a bit. He was about a little bit younger than your son is now, Eric, around 4 or 5 years old, and he was always running around and going to the park, and we have to chase after him. And there's this product out there that was called it was a watch that you could put on a kid. It was like a GPS kind of thing in case something really bad happened, that you could locate your kid in. And I said, wow, that's really cool, and that's something that I would want. And so I started to promote this product, and I bought this domain name, and I was going to promote all these like services for this. And let me tell you, it completely bombed. It completely bombed promoting it. And what I failed to realize was that even though I thought it was kind of cool, it was still pretty early in its infancy about how it actually worked. And um, I couldn't get a lot of traffic to go into promoting something like that. I don't even know if the company still exists. But then I stumbled onto another program, which was an affiliate program that I was using, and it was to perform background checks on employees. And I was starting up my company at the time, and that was a service that I needed. And when I realized that if I needed that service, it was something where it was kind of a no-brainer. Anytime you find hire employees, you want to do a general background check on someone. And so there was a ClickBank product on um, how to get access to background check data or something like that. And that actually was one of my first successes in affiliate marketing, was because one of the um, points that I want to get across when you're looking at affiliate marketing is to also find something. It doesn't always have to be like the coolest, newest thing. That actually might backfire on you sometimes. Sometimes it's just something as simple as, what do people have to pay already? What is like one of the things that, it's a requirement you have to do. I just finished just paying bills. These are things I just have to do and pay for. Well, sometimes those products, those really simple, mundane type products, are the ones that are end up being the biggest success stories. These days, everybody hears about who's the latest tech millionaire, and the tech, what was the latest you know uh, you know website company that got funded, and that guy's a millionaire. But then you don't really hear about like the other success stories about the billionaires, like the one Wayne Huizenga, who used to own the Miami Dolphins and then lost money on Blockbuster, but his company before that was Waste Management. It was just one of those things that it's kind of mundane. And then there's another story. I think there's these two brothers out of like Arizona, and they're like the toilet paper king. You know, it's kind of those mundane type of topics that it kind of sounds cool, and we kind of gravitate to ones that we think are new and interesting. But sometimes you can also focus on just regular niches. And if you can think of something where like you have to pay for it anyway, if you can find a service where you can become an affiliate for that product, that might end up being a winner for you. Got any thoughts on that?
Yes, I think that too many people, marketers, think that like whatever has already been done has been done too much, and it's like saturated, and like if they're like, oh, if I said, well, you should create a product on weight loss, or you should market a product that's on weight loss as an affiliate. Wow, there's too much competition. There's way too many people. It's too difficult. And that's where I think a lot of people fail, is because they think they have to find some really unique, obscure, crazy idea that no one else is doing in order to make any money. And that's just usually much more difficult. It's like if there's already tons and tons of people spending money in a particular niche market for particular types of products, really all you got to do is go in there and get in the way. It's like, I think Gary Halbert was one that said if you're at a football stadium, there's like 90,000 football fans there, all you need is a hot dog stand, and even though there's 10 other hot dog stands, you're still going to make a lot of money because they're all hungry, and
Exactly.
it's like that with a
That's
lot
why
of
they pay
like,
$9 for a hot dog.
exactly, and then they upsell you with beer and stuff. But I remember when we moved into a house, the movers were moving all of our stuff and all that, and I was talking to the owner, and he was all like, "What do you do?" Internet marketing and advertising marketing online, and he's like, "Oh man, I could use your help." And so we started talking about his business, and I couldn't help but to think, man, if I owned that company, I'd be like 10 times bigger and making so much more money because I know marketing, and he really didn't. He knew how to move furniture and stuff, right? And I remember thinking that even then, that even if there was a lot of moving companies in Austin, it really didn't matter to me. If I wanted to own a moving company, it was going to be successful because I knew marketing. So I think it's kind of the same with a lot of niche markets out there. So like if you were going to start promoting, like even what we talked about earlier, I mean, a lot of people don't realize that if you capture the lead onto an autoresponder list and continue to market to them like that, you're going to turn a bigger profit than if you just drive that traffic to the affiliate offer, because you have more opportunities to sell them. Then you can market to the demographics, so anyone that's interested in losing weight is going to continue to be interested in losing weight for the next 50 years. So you can continue to promote all kinds of different stuff and make a lot of money. But yeah, I think it was a great point.
And I think too, you also put the important point of owning a list, the importance of owning a list, because at the end of the day, affiliate products can come and go. I've promoted products from companies where the companies get bought up or they go bankrupt or whatever. Well, I just substitute that product with something else that's working in the same type of market. But at the end, you still have an asset, which is your list. So even weight loss products come and go, but if you still got a hungry audience, no pun intended, who want to lose weight, um, you know, you still have a benefit, and that is your list. So
Another quick
yeah,
additional point to that is I did a workshop, and there was a couple that were here that were in the MLM industry. So they were into one of the energy drinks that's a multi-level marketing company where you recruit a bunch of people and have a downline and all that. And they had made money, and then it crashed because the company that they were with went under or almost went under, and then they had to switch to some other company, and they're trying to build back up again. And they were asking me for advice during the Q&A session of the workshop, and I thought, sounds like affiliate offers. It's almost like, well, that's their business. So if you're an MLM, you're actually building someone else's company, kind of. I was like, so to me, it was kind of like an affiliate program. You're basically a marketer promoting an affiliate program, which is the multi-level marketing opportunity or company. So I thought, well, what I would do is drive the traffic, and the recruits to my squeeze page, get them to opt in to me, to opt into Eric Louviere, and then I would tell them all about my multi-level marketing secret opportunity. That way, if that company goes out of business, I still have them on my list. And because they're interested in MLM, whatever the company is or whatever the opportunity is, that means they're pretty much interested in a business opportunity, or they're interested in health, or whatever the niche MLM is. And then you just market to demographics. So that way, if the company ever changes the compensation plan and, kind of screws over the people that are building their business, which we've heard before, or goes out of business, the FTC shuts them down or something, then you didn't build the whole thing for nothing. You got all those people, including people that are in your downline, the players, all on your list. And you can say, hey, guys, that company went out of business? Oh, I'm so sad that happened. But guess what? There's a new company over here that I really like, and you should come check it out and sign up underneath me. And then now you have an overnight, distribution team underneath you again, a downline just overnight. So anyway, that's something I explained to them, and they were like, oh man, if we would have done that, we had Chuck underneath us and he'd still be in Sally and Ralph, and they were just thinking about what could have been if they would have built a list first before they got these people to sign up for the MLM company. It's the same thing with affiliate marketing. Someone who's interested in weight loss, they're always going to be interested in weight loss. Someone who's interested in, making money online is always going to be interested in business opportunities and making money online. Someone that's interested in dating, they're probably going to be interested in dating for a while. So all the parenting, probably be interested in parenting until their kids are 36. So just market to the demographics.
Another aspect of affiliate marketing that I think you can really dominate other affiliates is showcasing the benefits of their product. And you mentioned about taking an email and writing a particular benefit on it, and get to the point. We should probably make it differentiate between features and benefits. You want to talk about that, Eric? I know you know that quite a bit.
Right. So let's see how to explain that. Let's say you're promoting a piece of software that researches keywords online, that brings back a bunch of keywords for you for a particular niche. Well, the feature would be that it goes and gets keywords and it scrapes the internet and pulls those keywords back for you and puts them on display for you in a nice pretty little box. But the benefit is that you can use those keywords to make you a lot of money with your pay-per-click ads. So people should sell to the benefits, the sizzle. So the features are cool and all, and people can look at the features and think, yeah, that's really cool, but how does it benefit me? And then when you tell them, well, it benefits you because all these snazzy little keywords you get can make you tons of money because you could use them in your pay-per-click and beat your competition. And they're like, oh, now I want the software. So that's why the benefits are extremely important. So what I would do is I would extract the benefits from the sales letter, and then I would create a whole email around that benefit, where it's centered on that benefit, and email it out to people. And human beings are interesting creatures in a psychological sense, because I guess the psychology is someone can only concentrate on one thing at a time. So if I give them one benefit, and the whole email is about that one benefit, and if that benefit, is something that they've thought of before or had a problem with before or desired, then half the battle is done as far as getting them to buy the whole rest of the program. So social proof we're talking about conversions and copyright and psychology now, but anyway, that's what I would do with the benefits, is take them and kind of turn them into a showpiece in each email that I would send. Right.
And so, taking that you did a good explanation also too, like for features, like if you're going to buy a car, a feature would be, rack and pinion steering, or a feature could be, white wall tires. But the benefit could be, hey, you're going to look really, really cool in this car, and you're going to outrace your, a Prius that's on there or something. No offense to Prius owners or something. But the benefits is, you're going to, people buy for different reasons, but the benefits is, how you're going to look when you're driving your car in front of your neighbors, that kind of thing. So that's why, benefits is why people buy. They don't buy for the features. Another aspect that you can do in affiliate marketing and showcasing them, and this is something that we did a few years ago, and that's creating videos for affiliate products. And one of the things that, you know, that now with the web is and video is pretty much commonplace is it still attracts people. We still live in most people don't read, they skim and they watch videos. That's why YouTube is so popular. But if you can illustrate, from a website, we used to create videos, but basically all we did was just basically talk about the benefits of this page and maybe showcase something that maybe they was glossed over, like, hey, they're offering you a 30-day money back guarantee. So we'll actually create a video, talking about reviewing their products. Here's what we like, here's what we didn't like, but doing it more of a review of a product. And some of the biggest affiliate marketers are, quote, reviewers of different products. So it doesn't really matter, what you're actually promoting. You're still going to get commission. I have a friend, Liz, who's a very successful affiliate marketer who is in the credit card business. And so they'll review different types of credit cards, compare and contrast different credit cards. One has a low on your fee, another one has you could use frequent flyer mileage. Another one has free balance transfers. Doesn't matter which one of the cards that you decide to, and every time somebody signs up for a card, she gets a nice commission for it. Doesn't matter which one you choose because she's still getting paid on every single card on there. So another list that you could develop is something where you're actually not only just doing a weight loss in general. You could create like a weight loss review newsletter, like an email newsletter, and you're reviewing different products and services. But guess what? You have an affiliate link on every single one. So that's another aspect that you can use for an affiliate marketing. Any other tips that you can give to budding affiliate marketers?
Well, I think ultimately a lot of people gravitate to affiliate marketing just like I did when I first started because it sounds so much easier than creating your own products and all that. But then when I talk about creating your own squeeze page and driving traffic to your own squeeze page first and then passing them on to affiliate offers, I think just based on my experience helping people over the years, that's usually a disconnection moment for some people where they feel like, well, I can't really get a squeeze page up online, and it sounds like it's requires a lot of expertise and stuff. And what I wanted to throw in there is I didn't always like give away a report. A lot of times what I would do is I would just take the sales letter of the affiliate program, pick out a few benefits, and then just put that on the squeeze page. So this is kind of a little difficult to explain, but basically when someone would land on my squeeze page, let's say it was for weight loss, I would say on the headline, like, here's a very quick way to lose 20 pounds this month following a very slick, superfoods method. And then I'd have some bullet points that says, discover the #1 superfood that evaporates fat. And all this would be kind of coming from the sales letter of the affiliate program. Nowhere on my squeeze page would I say that anything was free. And nowhere on the squeeze page would I say they were going to download some free report or anything like that. I was basically selling them on the benefits. And then when they enter their name and email, the next thing they see is the sales letter, and it has all those same benefits and a very similar headline and all that. So in a roundabout way to make this easier as far as trying to explain it, is I would take the sales letter, take the headline and some of the benefits on the sales letter, and craft a squeeze page around it. And back then, getting a squeeze page up online was a lot more difficult than it is now because there's all kinds of tools. Optimized Press and Lead Pages and InstaBuilder and all those. Where back then, it was pretty much HTML. So it's even easier to get those squeeze pages up online now. And when you think about the technique that we're talking about, you drive traffic to your own squeeze page. If you use someone else's sales letter, you don't need a report or anything to give away for free. You could have that squeeze page done very, very quickly. And then, through your autoresponder, you put in the affiliate link as far as the redirect. So when they hit their name, when they put their name and email and they hit submit, it takes them through your affiliate link to the affiliate offer. At least that's the way I do it with single opt-in. There's other ways to do it. You can tell them to go check their email, and then when they go check their email, that's an affiliate link that they confirm. So there's a few different ways of going about it. You could even create your own landing page and then pass them on to the affiliate offer. But my last bit of advice here is to just do it, because it's a lot easier than a lot of people think it is. It's just a matter of sticking to it to make sure you get your conversion rate as high as you can on your squeeze page, and to make sure that your emails are pretty slick, that you're sending out to people. They're not just boring, but they've got a little personality to them, and they kind of hit on the benefits and have some sizzle. And then you have a really good chance of turning a profit all the time.
Awesome. Great advice, Eric. I think that wraps up our episode of the Internet Income Show. If you want to check out past podcast recordings, just go to InternetIncomeShow.com for all your knowledgeable goodness, if that's a word. And thanks again, Eric. And I want to thank you guys for listening. Next time, we are going to come up with something really cool, and that means I haven't even thought of the topic yet. So that's probably the worst. Teaser for the next podcast. But hope you guys listen. We enjoy creating these. And for Eric, this is Dr. Mike. We'll see you guys soon.
You just listened to the Internet Income Show with Dr. Mike and Eric. Now, get to work.